getting so close to Turkey. Do you know what I mean? Turkey Day. We've got uh, we got some important things for me. It was always turkey, mashed potatoes, dressing, stuffing, and gravy. If I had those four things, it was Thanksgiving, and I would eat it as much as I could. Just that's what Thanksgiving is about. It's not political. Nobody gives a fuck what happened before you were born. It's about the turkey. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the turkey. Bitcoin. Um, right? We want to see consolidation. Consolidation is better than dropping, right? Let's take a look at it on the 4 hour. And we kind of popped above this triangle. However, yeah, this is how we fix that. And then if memory serves correct, that was a 6.8% drop, somewhere just below this line. That's what that was. We're trading underneath here. So 3 days. We've been trading under this line. Um, Let me see. I don't see any. I see resistance on the TD there. So yeah, nothing's really changed. This is what happens when you start looking at things on the daily. I am going to delete this though, because I do that a lot. I do like to delete things because you can't get stuck with one view of the world. So yeah, we've traded underneath here. There's nothing to make me think that we're going to bounce up. So not only do we get to look forward to Turkey, we get to look forward to lots of conversations across the United States about just about everything. And hopefully, if everybody is being polite, there will be no politics at the table. No politics at all. As a matter of fact, Thanksgiving is that day when you're allowed to say no politics at the table. So you could be that guy this year that just says no politics at the table. But what you can talk about is you can talk about crypto. And I'm not saying that you do it. I just think that a lot of people are going to be talking about crypto. 2017, I was talking about crypto. And now family members are talking to me about crypto. So it will be a very interesting Thanksgiving across the United States. We will see if that actually has anything to do with the price. I pulled up the volume here because I wanted to pay some attention to that uh, before before Thanksgiving too, right? So just to see what the volume looks like, just to have an idea. Um, I am not trading Bitcoin right now. Uh, if anything, I would be buying soon, is what I'm thinking. Ethereum has crossed. It looks like it has already consolidated. Look, and you know, one good way to tell, right, are those EMA lines. Are they coming together and are they going parallel? Right, that's that sideways that we always want to avoid, especially when we're doing anything like prediction or trading tops, scalping. Um, we want to see if we can avoid this kind of stuff. So I think I said Ethereum's looking good. I think Ethereum's looking good. There is one tool that I very rarely ever use. do the curve, and I should use the curve a lot more, but we'll just put the curve up there. And yeah, I like that. So that doesn't mean that it can't roll down. And as a matter of fact, maybe I would say that maybe that curve actually ends here, right? Because now we're at this red line. Now we're going to bounce around this green and red and pull the yellow in, and hopefully we take off. So I watch Bitcoin so that I have an idea of what the altcoins are going to do. I watch Ethereum because everything is on Ethereum. BNB is a favorite of mine. It's what I like to watch. It has a fairly good effect on the Binance Smart Chain. But what I got to say right now, what I'm seeing on the Binance Smart Chain is I'm seeing uh, projects and money pulling out of it, and I'm seeing more coins that I have no idea what their value is. I'm just throwing that out there, and I said this before, I may consider pulling some money out of BNB because of it. So BNB is not looking bad though. BNB out of the three on the 4 hour is looking better than Ethereum and BTC. And so the reason that I would look at the 4 hour is really to kind of see where we're going for the next couple days. Let's say the next 40 hours, right? And then I jump down to the 1 hour to see if there's a buy opportunity. So there was one a while ago, especially when we crossed here. Evan, you are absolutely right. And that's what worries me about and they exist everywhere in crypto. What it is Binance is the Asia coin and Squid coin is the Asian coin, and it's absolutely insane when there are plenty of American scams, Russian scams, Indian scams. I mean, scam coins out there. It's this is really an international space. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Binance Smart Chain is it seems to be there seems to be something going on there. But BNB itself is still looking strong. So very strong to me, and I'm liking it. The RSI doesn't look too good on the hour, and we just hit a 9 and we're going down. Yeah, so that's why I liked PancakeSwap though, is that I could spread my cake around a little bit and I could pick up these random coins that sound interesting. And I've got a few random coins that I thought sound interesting at the time, but for the life of me, I haven't even looked at them and I don't know what they are. Um, and this is that's a strategy from 2017 is just put $100 everywhere and see what takes off. And I don't know if that's going to work now because it's 3, 4 years ago, nobody knew how to make a coin. There was a couple websites, there was some source code, but it wasn't as easy as it is now. That's for sure. Yeah, and I like PancakeSwap. The whole DeFi market is going down right now, Evan. I mean, I can't, that's the way that I see it, is that the whole DeFi market is going down, which I would say is KYS, is American KYS laws. I would say that I think that's what just hit Cardano, right? And I don't pay any attention to the news. I had a good day today. I was hanging out with important family today, so I had a good day today. And man, apparently ADA is taking a hit. And I think this is good. Yeah. So we got a war going on right now between governments and technology, future technology, the singularity, so to speak, the convergence of technologies, one of those being digital currency, digital property, all of that kind of stuff, including medical technology, material sciences, computing sciences. We should be looking at an explosion in energy production, but we're not going nuclear, so we may never get there in time. All these things are uh, drags on progress. I forget what the sociological term is, force against change. Yeah, all these things are forces against change. But government right now is a force against change. If the government goes after ADA and Tron, now Tron, I don't think Tron is going away. I have Tron. I have a little bit of Tron. No idea what its dollar value is, but it's not my amount of Tron is I'm not going to keep it. I would never hold a large stack of Tron because I Tron is still iffy. It could be around 4 years from now and it could be solid. It might not. I just don't know. Um, and quite frankly, I have not seen the price action, so nobody is talking about it. Nobody likes the founder apparently. Like who cares? But um, when the government goes after these coins, and they will, they're going to go after them hard. Um, the government is going to learn a very hard lesson, and that is that the moment they try to put the boot down, the whole community will just liquefy and move to the side, just far enough that they'll have to take a couple steps to reach them. Does that make sense? That's what technology does when it can move faster than society, and that's what crypto is doing right now is nobody nobody under the age of 45, and I will any congressman, any representative, and any of their paid staff, I will rip apart when it comes to cryptocurrency and their understanding of what crypto is and where the future is going without them. And that's the part, right? Is we are looking at a future without banks and without fiat tender backed by a government being a driving force of commerce and trade. Um, it's it's a large question, right? Because they will use excuses like terrorism. They will use excuses like drug cartels, and they are absolutely right. That stuff exists and that stuff happens. But what they are doing is when they invoke these kind of laws and regulations is they are blocking. I am not political when, although I'm political as fuck. But if someone comes to this country and they work in this country and they earn money in this country, that's their money. They should be able to send it to their country of origin. They should be able to send it to their friends and family. I don't, and the digital currencies obviously do that much better than Western Union or any of those money services that are used. So the government's going after ADA because they want ADA to prove that they're KYS compliant. Well, boy, they're about to get schooled because they didn't understand XRP, and that's why they got schooled. And they're about to get schooled on ADA. And notice how they don't go after Ethereum, right? Notice how they don't go after Ethereum. They will not go after Ethereum until they understand the animal, if that makes sense. Right? So right now they're hunting mice and guinea pigs, right? And Ethereum is a gazelle. So that's what I see happening. Will that affect ADA's price? It's going to test their developers' understanding of what they're up against when it comes to banks. Because I have a feeling this all has to do with staking. And yeah, this ought to be real interesting to see how this goes. And actually, it makes my ADA look a lot more appealing to hold on to be honest with you, because it's a bet at that point. All these trades are bets, right? Everything's a bet. Everything has risk, everything has reward. If the government loses to the ADA blockchain, meaning that they, what I think is they don't understand it and they're going to go after it and they just don't get it. I think what's going to happen is ADA is going to skyrocket. I think it'll come out like a victorious Spartan warrior, even no matter even if it's just a kitty cat. Yeah, and Coinbase is the other thing. And I've said this before. The government is controlled by the money. The corporations control how that money is spent. We generate that money. And this is not some socialist bullshit. This is I'm a full libertarian. We do generate that money and and what's happening right now is that money is being pulled out of bank accounts where they were earning 0.5% interest. Not like 0.5% interest, because they were seeing that 0.5% interest go down to 0.2% interest. And in some cases, you have to have $10,000 in your account to get that. And that's not that's no matter how rich the world thinks America is, that's not the working class, right? The working class is not sitting on $10,000 in their bank account, and if they are, their kids or the house or something's going to drain that the first time something breaks. Um, so yeah, the banks make 10%, close to 8, well, I shouldn't say 10%. The banks make at least 8% off of your money. So if that's $10,000, that's 8%. That's what they're making. They then use that to make more investments on their behalf. It used to be a long time ago, you were getting 4 3 to 4% on your bank account. And this isn't my generation. This is a long time ago. What happened was a baby boomer right now, you say, oh, they had it so easy. They were paying 10, 15, sometimes 20% interest on their mortgages. 20% interest on their mortgage. Most people today, like my kids, have never seen an interest rate above 3%, right? I mean, they haven't bought a house yet, but they've never seen what a 10% mortgage looks like or a 15% mortgage. So those mortgage rates went really far down. All the profit margins went down, and the first thing the bank's reaction was to do was to cut back on how much interest rate people made on their savings account. So that's banks are. I should do a thing on the crypto.com card and why it's more. advantageous for me to use it, even in a down market, than to use my debit card. I got to use my debit card from my bank 25 times a month. I don't use my debit card 25 times a month. That doesn't happen. Um, so I'm in a negative interest every time I spend money on that card, and there's a small charge every time I spend money on that card, that debit card. And you got to look at your bank accounts. I'm looking around, and this is actually better than Chase Bank or anything else out there. It's a small credit union, so yeah, yeah. Boy, you do have to be careful because the SEC is going after these blockchains and these entities that service blockchains, because the banks are telling them to. They're literally saying we are losing money to these other places, and these other places, turns out, they offer 8 to 10% interest on USD based coins. On most other coins, there's some form of interest. Crypto.com is actually not the best place in the world to be staking your coins, but it's very true that that's the reason why they're going after them. It's really sad, and it's funny, like I said over and over again, the government doesn't no one in the government understands what's happening. No one in the government No one in the government understands emerging new materials. No one in the government understands emerging science like mathematics or physics, or no one in the government understands cryptocurrency. And most people in the government don't understand what it's like to have to go to a grocery store and plan a meal for 6 days, right? So, right there, says we need less government. Anybody who thinks we need more government is saying that we need more people that don't understand how the important things work. And I'm not saying replace everybody with scientists, because then they're no longer scientists. The moment you're a politician, you're a politician. You're not anything else. Um, all right. So ADA, is it going to go down? Is it like a death spiral now? Is it all over for ADA? And I'm going to say that we will see how the ADA community rallies, number one, and that's not price action. We will see how the ADA developer community reacts. What is their, are they agile enough to move out of the way of the blow, right? Because we don't want ADA to get hit. We don't want any cryptocurrency to get hit by the governments at all. Are they going to be able to sidestep and miss that punch? That's what I want to know. Are the developers going to be able to do it? Right? The community needs to see the threat and decide if they're going to rally or not, and that will mean that the developers will move forward. And so we'll have to see. ADA might look a lot more promising very soon. That's all I have to say. It all depends on how stupid the government looks. Because, in my opinion, with this whole XRP stuff, the government looked very bad. They looked like they didn't know what they were doing, and they looked like they were somehow not being above table. That's all I'm going to say on that. Um, Other coins, E&J, I should have bought, right? I look at that on the 4 hour, and I am not expecting this to go up much more. I don't know. I think there's like a thing that you're not supposed to trade the day before a holiday and the day of a holiday. I think that's like a thing. I think that's a Christmas thing maybe. or an Easter thing or like every holiday. I have no idea. Um, but yeah, right now I'm waiting on Bitcoin. I'm still waiting on Bitcoin. We'll see. We have this. Oh, we have a TD sequential on the 4 line showing support. I did not notice that until just now. So that makes me feel better. ETH, ETH makes me feel better, right? We'll get rid of that line since that won't mean anything to me the next time I look at this. And hopefully you guys are in a good position. Hopefully you are running with stop losses. It is better to get stopped out just above break even than it is to go if you're trading, than it is to go below. If you're just spreading out your portfolio and trimming the things that don't work and keeping the things that do, um, and taking profit when you should, well, that sounds like a lot more complicated than it is. Um, than good. I may uh, 1 inch may disappear, sushi may disappear, and that will be just barely above break even if I sell both of those right now. So that's why I'm looking at doing that. Sushi I'm very down on, and 1 inch I'm fairly up on, 47% up on, so to speak. So that's where I'm at. The Matic I'm holding. I like this. I see the exact same kind of curvature here. Well, maybe not the exact same, but I see that same kind of curvature that I'm happy with. I expect Thanksgiving to be slow, but it would not shock me if it went ballistic after Thanksgiving. After everybody starts talking about cryptocurrencies, ADA may get hit. If everybody's talking about, oh, well, I heard Tron and ADA are, they're gonna get fined or whatever what does the SEC even do besides create regulations that screw over everybody but the bank? So here's the thing. 1936, we come out of the Great Depression in the United States. There are people out there who want to do money lending programs on Wall Street. The banks use the government in order to maintain their ability to provide staked earnings to customers, basically staking. When you keep your money in the savings account, you're basically staking it. The banks made talked the government into making a law so that they're the only ones that are allowed to do it. You have to be a bank in order to be allowed to do that. And so right now, cryptocurrency 2021 is coming head first into 1936 legislation. Keep that in mind. That's why I want to see ADA win this. I want to see every crypto chain win this. Evan, the XRP thing started and it just ended a couple months ago. And that's why the SEC is looking for another target. They're looking for who they can bully, and they don't even know how. They don't even know how. So I'm going to leave it with that. Hopefully, you're not working tomorrow. Hopefully, wherever you are, even if you don't have turkey and mashed potatoes and some stuffing and some gravy, hopefully you appreciate all four of those ingredients. But have a great day tomorrow. Hopefully, you get as much turkey as I did, or I will, because I'm getting turkey. Don't underestimate how much turkey I'm going to eat. I'm a thin guy, but I'm going to eat a lot of turkey.